Kong in the trunk.
I'm back. Rhodes Rants on the Rise of Skywalker. Chris Terrio has come out and had an interview with the Uprocks, and they talked about Palpatine, and specifically something we talked about last night, which is the whole, what are we going to do with Palpatine in regards to Anakin, etc., etc. Okay? So, let's take a look at this. Last week, J.J. Abrams told us he was thinking about Palpatine as far back as The Force Awakens. I don't know that I believe that, but the one thing I will say is, just because you were thinking about it didn't mean you actually thought it was going to be part of the movie, right? Oh, geez, I should probably steer away from the specifics on that stuff until the film comes out. Then I'd love to talk to you about it in detail. I'm afraid anything I'd say about it would give away some plot stuff, and I'm not as fleet of foot as JJ at avoiding stuff. But what I can say is it felt like that this story, these 9 films were a family saga. We decided early on we wanted to really think of this as the Skywalker saga. And from the beginning, the chess game has been between Palpatine, Sidious, and the Jedi. Specifically, the Jedi as represented by Anakin and the Skywalkers. So we were convinced some way or another Palpatine had to be a presence in this film. Of course, the sacrifice of Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi and bringing balance to the Force, we still had to honor that. And I think we do honor that in the film. We don't take the end of Return of the Jedi lightly at all, because it is one of the most beautiful moments in any film, really. In seeing what Vader does for his son, Return of the Jedi was the first movie I saw in a theater. First movie I ever saw in the theater. Wow. And I remember just being rocked by what I just saw in that moment, because it almost never had occurred to me as a kid that the bad guy could cease being a bad guy and be a good guy. That moment when Vader lifts Palpatine was genuine shock to me, and it's full of truth and beauty. We had to be careful about that. But if you look at some of the lore of Palpatine and the Sith, and the way that George has embedded ideas about the Sith in the mythology of Star Wars, there are ways the presence of that character can still cast a shadow in the future. I guess I'll leave it at that. So what does this mean? His presence can cast a shadow. Are we going to find out that Palpatine is not really in the film, or maybe we just think he's going to be in the film in physical form? I don't know. Maybe we're not interpreting what we're reading from the leaks correctly. This is my number one concern in the movie, besides Chewie and Lando dying, okay, is that they will basically take the Rotor-Rooter to the Anakin redemption moment from the end of Return of the Jedi. And he says specifically here, they were worried about that. I'm not going to say this gives me some kind of hope, because I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We don't know how much, I don't know how much outside influence at this point. The problem is Kathleen Kennedy's running her mouth again, and who knows what to believe. Everybody's just sort of saying their own shit at this point. But I'll say this, Chris Terrio's really not part of this clusterfuck, whereas JJ and Kathleen have been part of it for years now. So I don't know. I really like Batman v Superman, especially the Ultimate Edition. I really love it. And I liked Argo. Argo's a hell of a movie. So we will see right there what this means, right? For the film. You tell me what you think. Rhodes Squadron. Peace. I'm out till next time.